My name is Toyin Ayandare, and we are on the financial freedom path to financial freedom. I did say I was going to run through 7 steps to help you achieve your dreams. So we are still very much on that. It's really important to know that financial freedom isn't something that you cannot achieve. We're going to make sure that we get you on the right path. So today, and by the way, if you've not been following the series, make sure to catch up on the amazing content that I've got for you. I've got some notes here that I'll be flipping through. If you're listening or watching this, make sure you watch the previous episodes, where we talk about the first 2 steps, and today we're on the 3rd step, which obviously you've seen the title, you probably know what I'm talking about now. We're going to be talking about how you can clean up the flow. We're talking because obviously achieving financial freedom isn't about just what you get in. We just want to talk about the budgeting, the costs that need to be cut out. I want you to understand that you don't need more money to start building, or you just need to plug the leaks of the buckets you already have. So in the bucket you already have, because it is important to know that there is already a flow, but you need to make sure that you plug the buckets and the holes in the bucket of the money you already have. And even if you say, oh well, Tony, you don't understand, I have almost nothing. That's almost nothing. We need to make sure we plug the leaks and see how. And the reason why some of you might have almost nothing is because there's so many holes. Money is coming in, but it doesn't stay because you have. So let's just see if there's something we need to plug just before we look at getting more in. I think that's really important. But the question you want to ask is, what does budgeting really mean? I know a lot of people that do not like to talk about budgeting. It just feels like that's just restrictive. You just always think, I want to get more, I want to get more. And yes, if you get more, you don't fix what some fundamentals, that could be a problem. So let's actually talk about how do we actually budget, and what does budget really mean. It's not a punishment. Let's clear that space. Neither is it a restriction. Absolutely not. That's not what I see budgeting as. It's a plan for how you want your money to work for you. It's a plan for the money, really. I'm sure you've heard popular saying, you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So something like that. Yeah. So actually, budget is like giving every pound, whatever currency you have, every pound a job. They all have an assignment. They all have what they're going to be working for. Whether that's growing for your future or funding your lifestyle now, we want to have a plan. We just don't want it to be a case of whatever happens, happens, whatever will be, will be. No, we don't do that here. We actually have a plan for every single pound that you have. Friends, with budgeting, it's not the enemy. You can actually have what's called like a 50-30-20 rule, which is obviously 1 goes for your needs, 50 is for your needs, 30 for your wants, 20 for your savings. Again, you don't have to have a particular scenario. You can change the percentages on that however you want. So some people do what's called zero-based budgeting. So again, research what that looks like. Money leaks are your hidden enemies. If you have any money leak, it is your biggest enemy. Yes, it might be that £5 you spend on coffee every day that you don't need, or that subscription that you need to stop because you've been paying for it for this time and you just keep meaning to use it, but you've just not used it. Or you have duplicate tools that are doing same thing for you, but not necessarily thinking which one do you need and how you can combine it in one. Food waste, impulse purchases, and you like me, a lady, you just like shopping. Again, I'm not saying only ladies like shopping. I'm just saying, hey, stating the fact right here. So all those money leaks needs to be plugged. You cannot have them around. You cannot have them around and expect to grow. You can't out-earn poor money habits. So you've got to make sure we plug that very, very early on. The easiest way to do this is just print out your bank statements and have a look at what are the things that because sometimes you can't remember. When you look through your bank statements and just say, oh my goodness, I've been charged this for a long time. Mine was a Audible account recently. I have 2 Audible accounts. We have a family one and I had my private one, and I think at some point I got an offer for my private one and I took up the offer, and obviously as usual things like this can easily get out, and I'd been paying for it for the last 5 months and I did not realize because it was a free offer. I maximized the free offer. I was going to just do that and then obviously continue with the family accounts. And I'd been paying duplicates, so paying for the family one and paying my private one, and I didn't realize. So again, just sometimes just look through your bank statements Okay, so I mean, let's for if you're a beginner, let's make this script very quickly for you. You need to set an example. I've got my notes here. Like I said, set an example. Set a simple value-based budget for template for yourself. One of the things you want to understand, you that will help you do that, is what's the most important thing for you right now. Is it financial stability? Is it saving up for a budget, for deposit? Are you cleaning up your credit file, clearing debts? You need to understand what exactly is most important for you, and then use apps. There are loads of apps now, spreadsheet, to track those things, whatever it is that you're working towards. If you want to start, you can do daily, some put do weekly, do monthly, whatever works easiest for you. Please understand that when you're doing this, it's not about what has worked for anyone else. Those can be guidelines. It's about what really is important for you. And I think that's really, really important, because if you don't get that straight, it can easily make it it can make it difficult for you to understand what's going to be what works for someone else might not necessarily work for you. So please bear that in mind. You want to start small and then build consistently. Don't try and start from the very top, because that could actually make it very, very restrictive or very, very difficult for you. Start small and then build consistently. Even if you just make taking £10 a month, £100 a month, whatever it is, just get something small and then start saving towards your future. For business owners, it might actually be for you to trim the fat to strengthen the check. What are the waste, what are the expenses that you have? Audit your recurring expenses. Are there things that you can do without? Are there things that you absolutely need in the business? And understand what each expense is doing for the business. Again, there are loads of tools and software that can be useful for you as a business owner. Check out systems or tasks that can be automated and outsourced for less. And again, yes, sometimes this can actually quarrel your morals, because you want to do a lot as a business owner, but you've got to think about the fact that if the business is not there, then you can't even do the whole amazing things. So if you need to outsource, if you need to automate systems to make sure you reduce your costs, please make sure you go ahead and do that, because that's really fun. So look, I mean, things that you can do: look for a team or freelancer efficiently, and see and also see where you're paying for idle time. I mean, that people are actually doing what they need to be doing. Very important. I think you have to understand that when we're cutting costs, you're building wealth, you're creating wealth as well. So not necessarily are you looking for new business, that and we'll come to that, because that's like the main thing. But before that, I just want to make us set the foundation. So when you're cutting costs, you are also creating wealth, because that money comes to you, comes to your buffers, right? Money saved is money earned. Money saved wisely, because I don't want you to oversave. So money saved is money earned. Every £500 you free up, or you save, from the O's and the leaking O's, is money back that can free up for you can fund your savings, or even as a business owner, you can fund like a business coach, if a property investment, if that's what you're interested in, bringing down your debts and building emergency savings. So every single thing we plug in, you're actually using it to actually better the financial freedom pathway that we're looking at. So that's really important. I want you also make sure you align your budgeting with your purpose, right? No, don't budget just to save. That's not what we're looking to do. Your budgeting might be just so you can get more, to actually invest, to grow, to free yourself. Every pound you save today is tomorrow's wealth army. Okay, and that's what I've actually put there. Every pound you save today is a soldier in tomorrow's wealth army. So yeah, it's just really important for you to understand how you make that work. This week, I want you to actually do is review the last 30 days of your spending. What does that look like? What's the last 30 days of your spending? Personal or business? Review it. I like 3 areas that you can actually cut or reduce immediately. Very, very important. And then decide what that saved money will be used for. Remember what we said about making sure you have a task for every single pound. That is really important. So once we do that, actually it could help you go towards paying off debt, saving for a goal, or investing. That is really important. So yeah, I hope that's really helpful for today. Remember, this is just the step 3 and the 7 steps of creating financial freedom. We're going to get into the interesting stuff, the the part you probably think that's all you need, but the steps that we're doing is actually laying the foundation. So make sure you do not skip it. My name is Toyin Ayandare. Once again, welcome to the Financial Freedom Now show. It's been amazing. Make sure to like, share, and tell someone about this amazing show, because I am here to help you on your financial freedom journey. Until next time, God bless you.